Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Gill Stadium here from Manchester Public Television's baseball action. Today's matchup is the 2-2 Manchester West Blue Knights versus the 4-0 Milford Spartans. It's a pleasure to be here with you on this Friday afternoon. We're celebrating May 7th. I don't really know what there is to celebrate for May 7th, but we're here celebrating a wonderful game, and we'll see what happens here as we have it. Jacob Plamondon on the pitcher mound for the West Blue Knights today. Strike one, that first call. My name is Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television. Up first here for the Milford Spartans is Trice Cody. Trice will also be the pitcher for there, so great way to start this game with a pitcher versus pitcher matchup. And it's a pretty nice 62 degrees sunny day here at Gill Stadium, so we'll see what happens. The wind is blowing from left to right, or excuse me, right to left, so it's kind of going to be a hitter's ballpark for sure for any righties that can really crank it. They have a good chance with the wind blowing the way it is, and we'll see what happens. A 2-1 count here as Plamondon has fallen in the count. It's 2-2 now. Trice has to protect. These two teams faced off against each other on Tuesday, with it being a 2-1 Spartan victory. So obviously West was in this game. A ground ball up the middle. This could be a tough one, and it is not able to go. And Cody is going to be on first with a hit. Great try by Austin Chanel, but the speed of Trice was just a little too much. And the Spartans start off this game with an infield single, and that brings us to Jacob Lammy. Lammy, I believe, plays football as well for the Spartans. I do remember his name pretty fondly, and I believe it's from football. And he cranks one out to right field. We'll see what the right fielder can do. And able to make that catch for the first out is Ethan May. Tough one right there with the wind and the sun, but Ethan came in on his horse and was able to get that first out of the ball game. So F7 on the score roster here. It brings us to Ben O'Connell. O'Connell going to be the catcher today for the Spartans. We'll see what he can do. Looks like a pretty tall right-handed hitter. And pickoff move from Plamondon over to first to try to get Cody sleeping. A first pitch strike to O'Connell. Plamondon feeling it on his game so far. I've enjoyed seeing this so far. Jacob goes by the nickname Smalls. At least that's what it was before he kind of hit his growth spurt and was able to grow a little bit more. So he's not too small for the Blue Knights. And the pitch. Strike two, but Cody is stealing. Ball gets away, and he will be safe at second. The Milford teammates loudly appreciating the speed of Trice Cody there. And now runners in scoring position, and we'll see what we can do here. O'Connell really covering the mound, and it will take a third strike. He's going to chance it, but that allows Cody to get over to third base. So smart play there by O'Connell, but there are two outs in the inning. So Plamondon, as long as there's no pass balls, he can really force this batter to be in a stressful situation to try to get in the first run of this ball game. And that's Nolan and Semi, and Jemmy. I can't read my writing some days. So two outs in the top of the first inning here for the Spartans, looking to get some runs on the board quickly. Outside pitch. And Jemmy here is the shortstop, so let's see if he makes the shortstop for the Spartans have to work. Swing and a miss there. The lefty in Jemmy. Strike again. 2-2 count now. Palmini comes back from being 2-0 in the count to make it 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And let's see if we can strand a runner at third base. And Blue Knights, see what the pitch is. And called strike 3. And down goes Njemi Plamondon with 2 Ks in the inning. And the Blue Knights feeling the love so far. And we'll take a quick break here from Gill Stadium, where it's still a 0-0 game with the Blue Knights coming up to bat for the bottom of the first. And back here at Gill Stadium as the Blue Knights of West come up to bat here with Austin Chanel starting off in the leadoff role for the Blue Knights. And we'll see what Austin can do playing out there as shortstop today. Bouncing ball right there, goes for ball 1. Trice Cody, who just was at bat in the top of the first, getting all the way to third base on an infield single, takes the ball here. Trice's dad worked in the Manchester West school system, actually, as a tech and also was a coach. So kind of a little bit of a feeling of knowing this school pretty well as he throws a strike there for a 1-1 count. Let's see what the pitch is. Called strike. Looked wide from this angle here, but now Austin Chanel in a little bit of a hole. A 1-2 count here. Austin's favorite Major League Baseball player is David Ortiz, so he really needs to feel the big poppy love right now. And he is called out on the K looking, and now we have 1 out here in the bottom of the first for Jacob Plamondon, the pitcher here, who had 2 Ks of his own in the top of the first. So he obviously knows this strike zone as well. And we'll see what Cody can do here. The pitcher-on-pitcher battle. Outside, off-speed pitch there. Definitely was trying to get him to swing outside, a little bit of a slider action, but Plamondon was able to see that and was made sure that not to swing and miss. Jacob's favorite singer, artist, band right now, Polo G. Obviously a big name that's coming up. A lot of the youth of today really are appreciating him, and he sends one out there to right field. Down the line it goes. This should turn out to be 2. Hat comes off. Oh, he's going to stay at first base. A 1-out single in the bottom of the first for Jacob Plamondon. And now we'll see what type of trouble he can get himself into on the base paths for Eddie Saza Rojas, the catcher here for the Blue Knights. Batting third, he's got some definitely got some talent out there. Called strike there. Not sure the umpires' names today. They were late to get into the ballpark here, and being high up in the press boxes is kind of hard for me to run up and down in time for the start of this game. So I'm not sure the name, but Eddie sends one through the gap in the infield, and that will send Plamondon over to third. And nice job hitting by Rojas Saza. And we have runners on the corners with only one out. West may come into this game with a 2-2 record, but they have been close in a lot of their games, and this could be interesting to see. Undefeated Milford and a hungry West team that really enjoys playing here at Gill Stadium with a lot of victories. But now up to bat is Ethan May. Let's see what Ethan can do. Eddie stealing. Eddie not really a stolen base machine, but the catcher was trying to fake the throw to see if Plamondon would come home, and Jacob was smart enough to see what was happening and able to now have runners at second and third for Ethan. Ethan let that ball go by for a strike, and another strike as well. Ethan got to be careful here. Ethan's favorite baseball player is Mookie Betts, and we need some Mookie action here. It's party time, and we'll see what Ethan can do to bring in a couple runs. He sends it up the middle again, and just like that, Mookie Betts working in favor for Ethan as 2 runs come in, and he's going to get his way to second base. And the West team goes up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Single moved up on the throw, so we have another base runner in scoring position. Nice job by Ethan May, down in the count 0-2, and is able to send a grounder up the middle and brings in Eddie Rojas and Jacob Plamondon. And still only 1 out in the inning. And now brings up Jimmy Kavanaugh. Jimmy's favorite subject in school is band, so he's super talented in many different things, whether it be playing some instruments or being up here at the bat. So we'll see if he can connect as throw down to third, not in time. And just like that, Ethan gets his way over to third base. Chance for the West team to really get an extra run here. Put the pressure on the Spartans early in this ballgame. Trice Cody having some issues here in this first inning. And it's not like you can blame your defense or anything like that. A lot of these hits have been clean hits through the infield, past him at the pitcher's mound, up to the center fielder. A 1-1 count here. Jimmy sends it up to center field. This could work for a sacrifice. Let's see if they get there in time. He is not able to get there in time. The ball gets past him, and that allows a run to score. And up to second base is Kavanaugh. And just like that, a 3-0 West lead. Tough spot to be in, and that's for that center fielder with the wind and with the sun. He had a nice sliding grab, but was not able to get it. And Kavanaugh gets an RBI as well. And now he is himself in scoring position for Izzy Lopez. Israel is the name actually he goes by, but he likes the nickname Izzy more. Makes me think of Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses. This Izzy is not a big fan of Guns N' Roses, my guess. He's listens to Little Baby is his top artist of choice right now, so a little bit different than Guns N' Roses for sure. but we still appreciate what Izzy Lopez can do with still only 1 out and West up 3-0. Jimmy Kavanaugh with some speed out there at second base, really putting the pressure on Trice Cody, having troubles here in this first inning. High pitch. His catcher even telling him, bring it down, bring it down. Ben O'Connell, who is the catcher here for Milford. We saw him strike out there in the top of the first. A 2-0 count, 2 high pitches. Now an outside low pitch and a 3-0 count. Do you let him swing away or do you let him just take the pitch here? Obviously, with Trice having some issues with his command, I would say do not let him swing here and let Trice Cody have to work. And just like that, that's what the coaches decide for him to do, is let that pitch go by. So a 3-1 count. 3-0 here. A 3-1 count on Izzy Lopez. And he'll take ball 4. And now another base runner for West. And they're feeling the excitement there. We got some Ric Flair woos going on. And the coach of the Spartans going to come out and talk to his pitcher here, who got the first man out on a strikeout, but has allowed the last 6 base runners to get on and just having some issues here. Excuse me, 5. I got a little too excited for Chris Stewart, who's now going to be up to bat. Chris Stewart, who will be going to New Hampshire Technical Institute in Concord after this year. His nickname is Stewie, which makes you, I don't know about you all at home or watching this game, but it makes me think of Family Guy. So we'll see what Chris can do here. Chris playing first base today. Takes a called strike outside. We had a fun discussion with Chris last week. His favorite Major League Baseball players are Derek Jeter and presently Garrett Cole. Obviously, both from the New York Yankees, which is not always a favorite subject here in Manchester, New Hampshire. But we'll let it slide. You know, it's baseball's baseball, and you got to have appreciation for a lot of these athletes here. But Derek Jeter shortstop, Garrett Cole a pitcher, but Chris Stewart playing over there at first base. He also plays third base, catcher, and also pitches. And he's got a 1-1 count here. He pauses here, decides to take a step out, and umpire says, hurry up, gets him back in here. O'Connell giving the sign. Now Trice looks around, the pitch. Stewart swings, misses. I think that was a hit and run. A stolen base there, though, as the ball was not able to cleanly get into the glove. And now a second and third with still only 1 out. Stewart now in the hole, 1-2, but with a chance. It worked before for Ethan May. As he got 2 RBIs earlier in this inning. Oh my goodness. I understand why Chris Stewart is a little upset. That ball seemed to be way out of the strike zone, and the umpire apparently thought differently, that Chris could have swung and got it, but wow. 2 outs in the inning. And Amar Dowdy up to bat now. Amar has no nickname and plays over at second base. That's his favorite position. He's also a Yankee fan, with DJ LeMahieu as his favorite player. Outside pitch that the umpire thought differently of this time. Poor Stewart has to, Chris Stewart has to sulk right now. A tough call, but it's in the past now. Still a 3-0 West lead as Trace Cody still out there. Another hit out to center field. That's going to come down. It's brought in 1 run. Another run comes around. And just like that, West has a 5-0 lead. The throw up to second base, not in time. And Amar, another issue there with Trace Cody having 2 strikes on the batter, and they send one out to center field. And West really putting the hurt on the Spartans here in this first inning, now leading at 5-0. Mike McNally now up to bat here, the number 9 batter for the, we've gone through the whole entire lineup here in the first inning. Good sign when that happens. Outside pitch. So Jimmy Cavanaugh and Izzy Lopez come around to score here. West won the last Friday night here, so apparently Friday nights might be their party day. Amar goes back to second base. Trice trying to not allow any more runners to get further than second base. Swing and a miss there from McNally, whose favorite player is Mike Trout. Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim is what they used to be. They play down there in Anaheim, but for marketing reasons, they decided to go with Los Angeles being the big market. Now 2 strikes past him. Trice struggling to get through this inning. McNally has to be tight here. Hit like Trout here. A swing and a miss, and McNally goes down by the K. 3 Ks for Trice Cody in the inning, but overall a tough one as the Spartans give up 5 runs as they will come up to bat in the top of the second inning. We'll be right back with Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage. We'll be right back. A 5-0 West lead as we go to the top of the second inning, with the batter being Damian Philbrick. Milford had a chance in the first inning to get at least 1 run, but Trice Cody not able to come around as we had some 2 consecutive Ks from the pitcher, Jacob Plamondon, who was able to come around and score the first run for West in the first inning. And we'll see what they can do with Milford being down in the hole. A high pop-up back over our heads here. I don't think it made its way all the way over to Valley Street, but it didn't drop right below us. So hopefully no broken windows or mirrors out there. Inside pitch hits him, and Plamondon a little wild on that pitch. Not sure what they were trying for, but Spartans will take it, being down in the hole like that. Nice sportsmanship from Chris Stewart right there. And Milford hoping to not have everyone get on base the way that Philbrick just did, but base runners are base runners. And that brings us to the center fielder, Sam Reed. And Philbrick having some issues. He's going to take a moment to get that pain out of there. Gives a thumbs up. The coach is still kind of talking to him. I do appreciate Philbrick's undershirt being the the American flag. Makes me think of the Star-Spangled Banner, the way that he runs and the flag moves on his arms. A called strike there to Sam Reed. Sam had a busy time at the field. A lot of hits out his way. He could have helped his pitcher on one of the outs, but tough one in between shortstop throw over to first base, but Stewart not able to put the tag on in time. And Philbrick trying to make sure that the runner stays on. A high fly ball. This should be an out. We'll see if they can run over in time. Not able to catch it was Izzy Lopez. I think Izzy was not happy with that too. It was a lot of sun and a lot of wind and a lot of foul territory for him to run over there. So 2 strikes, though, on the batter. And we'll see if Philbrick can get back to getting some Ks. Sam Reed strikes out. Strikeout, almost throw out, but with the slide, not able to get up in time. And, well, we have 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning with a runner now at second base. Obviously, that hit by pitch didn't affect him too much because he had a good takeoff and even slid on that that area that had just been hit. Now it brings us to Nick Caforti. Nick playing over there at second base. And now, nice look back over to Stewart, who throws him out. And over to third base. Nice job by the third baseman trying to hold him to second, but speed kills sometimes. And Damian Philbrick over to third base. But Caforti thrown out on a 5-3 play. And that brings us to Holden Burton. Bertantini is how to properly say. I was kind of waiting for the scoreboard operator to say his name. Bertoncini. Yes, the Holden, obviously a unique name as well, but Bertoncini is not one that I usually say too. He grounds one over to second base. See if they can get out of this inning without another run. And Stewart two-handedly gets the ball. And West doing a good job there. 2 innings in a row, allowing a base runner, but no runs come around. And we'll go to the bottom of the 2nd where West looking to bring in some more runs. Already up 5-0. We'll be right back. Back here at Gill Stadium for Manchester Public Television's baseball action. My name is Kyle Havey as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. As we'll go to the top of the lineup, the West Blue Knights scoring 5 in the bottom of the 1st. Trice Cody having some issues, but we'll see what we can do. Obviously, his 2nd time up facing Austin Chanel. Cody did have all 3 Ks to get those outs, but allowing 5 runs isn't going to help you as well. But we'll see what Austin Chanel does, as Austin struck out in the 1st inning. But 2nd time up to bat, 2nd time seeing Trice pitch, and we'll see if it's any different. A wild pitch there. Hops over the catcher's mitt as it was a wide throw as well. A little wild on that fastball. Trice, I'm not sure if he appreciates the sand that they put out here on the mounds. Obviously covering up his landing leg spots. But 1 ball is the count. And he gets another strike here. Now Austin's got to really be smart here. Doesn't want 2 Ks in 2 innings. Austin's favorite subject, English, so hopefully he can read this next pitch well and maybe send it out to greener pastures. Instead, he watches it go by for a ball. 2-1 count now. Austin's future plans is to be an electrician, obviously a business that seems to be booming right now. And just like that, goes down by way of the K. I don't think he realizes it. Apparently I am wrong. The scoreboard operator threw me off because that was not strike 3. It's now a 2-2 count. And now it goes full. This works out pretty well. His teammates cheering him on from the dugout. They're getting loud from up here. Sends it back my way. I've decided to keep the windows shut on this day. I understand it's 61 degrees and sunny, but there's still a little bit of a breeze that up here in the press box. You got a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. We don't need to be blowing away as I'm trying to do this as best I can, being a camera person and the commentators. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, Chanel takes the walk after I thought it was strike three. And now Trace Cody putting himself in a situation again. Now Jacob Plamondon up to bat. Jacob was able to score and sent an infield hit. Base on balls here to start off. And now he's running away. I think that was a hit and run, but that pitch was really should have been let watch. And from the way that Austin had a big lead and was able to take off, I think he would have gotten that stolen base easily. Coach giving him a lot of signs there, so we'll see if we get another hit and run attempt here. He's going, he holds off this time. The throw out there, and safely to second base is Austin Chanel. Lots of Velcro being ripped off today with these bases. A couple stolen bases there, and a 1-0-2 count now. As now Plamondon has to be safe. Throw back to second. Very easily. Chanel was back there in time. Had no problem. Plamondon's future career goals is to play baseball in college and possibly be an athletic trainer. So he wants to stay in the sports world as well. We wish him all the best of luck as he pops one up back this way. Might land on our roof. Yes, it did. Still 2 strikes. He's got to protect. See if he can get another infield single. Be nice to see. Get Chanel over to third base. But with a 5-0 lead, they'll take whatever they can get. He grounds one, but it's going to go foul. Well done there by Damian Philbrick, running over to get it. Plamondon's favorite Major League Baseball player, Dustin Pedroia. 3-time World Series champion with the Boston Red Sox, second baseman. And ball gets away. Philbrick takes the ball, and now Chanel easily in scoring position at third base with no outs in the second inning. Trace Cody trying to get another K to his repertoire. Now he's got to protect. Let's see if they have a good pickoff move to third base. Chanel, decent lead, I would say about 4 feet. And the pitch. Low ball call. So now a 2-2 count. Philbrick doing a job over there to try to protect, but overall, and now out to center field. See if this falls down. It'll go for a sacrifice, and another run will score for the Blue Knights. He comes in sliding, but Austin Chanel, the 6th run of the game for the Blue Knights, and a good sacrifice right there by Jacob Plamondon, the pitcher, helping his cause out. And the Blue Knights really putting the damage here in the early part of this game, as we will have Eddie Saza Rojas up here, the catcher. One out, bases empty now. Eddie was able to get a single as well in the first inning. Takes a outside pitch. Was able to come around on the Ethan May single for the second run for the Blue Knights. Swing and a miss there. He's got a great swing, Eddie does. I will say that. It's I know that you don't always like that long kind of backswing there, but it's really pretty for some of us like myself who are appreciate baseball. Favorite player is Manny Machado. Kind of a interesting thing with Jacob Plamondon being a fan of Pedroia, and now Eddie being a fan of Pedroia, whose career was kind of ended on Manny Machado. But, foul ball back our way, over my head. I actually kind of wasn't sure if that was going to drop and hit the window. I put my hands up like I was ready to catch it, being a somewhat of a baseball, softball player. His favorite artist is Bad Bunny. I could not tell you what his biggest hit is, whether it be something about carrots or something about money. I'm not sure, but it's Bad Bunny, and he sends one out there to the gap. We'll see if it holds up in the air. It drops down, and Eddie is now 2 for 2 in this game with 2 singles, and now West trying to damage some more. Already leading this game 6-0. As Ethan May, already with 2 RBIs, a great at-bat in that first inning, being down 2 strikes and sending it to center field. A ball gets away, and Eddie, a second stolen base in this game. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. We might not be the quickest runner, but he is capitalizing on all these opportunities to get these stolen bases. He might be leading the team by the end of this night. Still only 1 out in the second inning. Outside high pitch. Now Ethan has 2 balls on him. Ethan wouldn't give me his favorite artist. I said he's a fan of Michael Jackson, whether he is or not. Can't go wrong with a little Thriller, and he's bringing some Thriller action here to Gill Stadium today with already 2 RBIs with his hit to the center fielder who was not able to catch it cleanly. Favorite subject is Jim, so we really need to see what he can do as he grounds one over to shortstop. Shortstop grabs it, throws it over, able to get that out. That brings Eddie over to third base, so chance for another run here. A sacrifice works. Has scored the first run of the inning, and another sacrifice out to get the runner over to third base. And Ethan May goes down 6-3 is this if you're scoring at home. That brings up Jimmy Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh was the 4th run scored in the first inning with another single. Good eye right there. Jimmy's future career plans, aeronautical engineer. Another smart guy up here is Cavanaugh. Between electricians and engineers, these boys here from West are already got good future plans. A wild pitch hits the mound, bounces over the umpire and the catcher, and the 7th run comes in for Eddie Saza Rojas, and West feeling it tonight. Up 7-0, only in the second inning. An undefeated Milford team in shock right now of what they're dealing with after this game was a 2-1 victory the other day, and now it's totally different. And he gets a hold of one, but the shortstop able to handle it cleanly, gets his glove out there, and that will do it for the inning. Jimmy Cavanaugh lines one to the shortstop. But either way, 2 runs come around, and West will take the field as we go to the top of the third with Manchester Public Television's baseball action. We'll be right back. And back here for the top of the third inning on this live action on Manchester Public Television's as the West Blue Knights leading this game 7-0 here. Jacob Plamondon pitching a gem of a game so far with 3 strikeouts as we go to the top of the third. Up to bat here is Colin Williams for the Milford Spartans. Colin flies one back towards us. He still was smart and kept running to first base, but he's going to have to come back, being a little bit winded in some ways. Plamondon doing a good job, getting a couple of grounders over there to shortstop or third base and second base to get through the second inning, and we'll see if he needs some help. Oh, another hit batter. Colin Williams hit and takes a walk up there to first base. Does not seem to be two-faced, but as 2 innings in a row, Plamondon hits the first batter, and we'll see, make sure he's okay up there at first base. Chris Stewart putting the mask down, and he seems to be okay. And that will lead us to the leadoff hitter. Oh, and throw over. I think Plamondon's already reading that Colin Williams is looking spicy. Spartans have to get something going here, and it looks like Colin is willing to risk the ability. And that brings us to the pitcher, Trice Cody. Trice sends it to shortstop. See if he sends it to second. Over to first. Not in time. Smart job by Stewart to make sure that ball does not get past him. And we got a fielder's choice out here, 6-4. And that helps Jacob Plamondon as Jacob Lammy comes up to bat now. Lammy flew out to right field in the first inning. And a foul ball there. So Trice Cody, who got on a single in the first inning, got all the way to third base, comes out now. Ooh, Eddie thought about throwing that down to Stewart at first base, but decides to hold off. 1-1 count now. See if Plamondon can get Lammy to fly out to... He sends that way again, but it's just not going to be count. Stewart trying to run over, but will not be there in time. Stewart, great attempt there to get it. I was going to have a wall post in my way if I moved the camera over, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for not being able to see that. But at the same time, I just knew that by panning the camera over, I was going to get a big piece of wall in the camera's view angle, so I held off. But a 1-2 count now to Lammy. Plamondon in the pitch. Sends it to shortstop again. Another hit and run on. Throw over to first, and Stewart able to get it. A 6-3 out on a hit and run that works somewhat well for Trice Cody to get over to second base, but now there are 2 outs in the inning, and that brings us to Ben O'Connell. O'Connell went down by way of the K in the first inning. See if he does any better this time. He sends a fly ball out there. It looks like Plamondon says, I have it, and he does. And that's how the inning goes. 3 straight innings allowing a base runner, but has not come around. West with a commanding 7-0 lead as we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. And we'll see what we can do here to get some more runs for the Blue Knights. We'll be right back for Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage. Back here for the bottom of the third inning at Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium. A 7-0 Blue Knights lead as Izzy Lopez comes up to bat again. Izzy scored the 5th run of the game in the first inning on a single, and we'll see what he can do here as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cody, mixing names here. Trice Cody, the pitcher for the Spartans, still out there on the mound having a rough go of it for today. Obviously, the Spartans are pretty good on the season, going 4-0, but West not afraid to try to knock down this David versus Goliath type matchup in some ways, even though they faced off against each other the other day, a 2-1 Spartans victory. A low ball 1 there is the call. Izzy's future career plans is anything in sports, whether it be up here in the broadcast booth or being a trainer. We'll see what happens. Obviously, he's got, being a young high schooler, he's got plenty of time to figure things out, just like I did. And a soft grounder over there to shortstop, throw over to first in time. And Izzy Lopez out on a 6-3 play. Nice job by Nolan and Jemmy over there to Nick Caforti to get the out. And now brings up first baseman Chris Stewart. Stewart went down by way of a called strike 3 in the first. A call I personally did not like, but the umpire has a right to his opinion, and he's down there and I'm up here. And Stewart now gets a ball call there. Chris Stewart, Stewie we'll call him, is a big fan of pizza. Loves that pizza pie. It's his favorite food. And we'll see if he can round the bases like you'd round the crust on a pizza. His future career plans is to become a coach. So maybe he'll be Coach Stewart in due time for the Blue Knights, with the way his career is going, looking to most likely study sports management up there at NHTI next year. Another ball there. I think Stewart is a team favorite, as the team's really loud down there cheering for him as these balls go by. Stewart also played basketball for the Blue Knights in the wintertime. Blue Knights had played the Spartans in basketball in the playoffs, and I believe defeated them. Nice Division II matchup here on this sunny 60-degree day in the Queen City, May 6th. 3-1 count. And Stewart will take a base. A 1-out walk here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And we'll see what they do here. It looks like there's going to be a pitch runner for Stewart. I don't know high school rules, if that means he's out for the game or if you can just have a pinch runner. I'm not completely sure, but either way, now we'll have number 16, that being Keegan Cooper, the freshman, out there to run for him. Umpires making the designation here to make sure that their paperwork is all clean. And Amar Duty up, he was able to bring in an RBI, but was not able to score in the first inning. And we'll see what he can do here. Cody Cooper able to get back quickly to first base without getting thrown out. Amar is a big fan of geography, and, well, let's send a ball to another land up here as he sends it back my way. Apparently I should have said another land that was north of here, not south, because I don't really want to deal with foul balls all day long. Amar also, just like Chris Stewart, big fan of the pizza. West doesn't have it as easy as Central does with both Domino's and Pizza Hut right there, but there's still some good pizza on the west side. And he sends a ball out there to left field. Left field not able to cleanly get it. Got to go over his head almost all the way to the fence before he gets it. And now Keegan comes around for another run and a sliding triple there for Amar And another run comes in for West. A big mistake there by the left fielder, that being Chris Bedard. Bedard not even batting in this game as he is the switch spot out. And now a one-out triple. And looks like we might get a pitching change for Trice Cody. That one was definitely not his fault, as I thought that should have been a cleanly caught ball. But it looked like the left fielder kind of came in on it instead of staying put or backing up. And we have an 8-run lead here for the Blue Knights. This could be the first game that Manchester Public Television has covered in this spring season for any of the teams from the way things are going. But obviously we still are in the 3rd inning, and Milford could easily turn something around. But they're trying to talk to Trice, trying to say, hey, man, you did well, but not enough. We will get a pitching change. And looks like 16 is going to come in to pitch. And I'll figure this all out and take a quick break here from Gill Stadium. Runner on third base. Already 1 run in here in the bottom of the 3rd. An 8-0 West lead. We'll be right back. And back here in the 3rd inning, some changes here as a tough day pitching for Trice Cody as he moves over to second base. Jacob Lambie moves from second base over to third base. And then coming into pitch is Damian Philbrick, who gets 2 strikes in a row to Mike McNally. Mike went down by way of the K in the 1st inning for the last out of the 1st. And we'll see what happens here with West already up 8-0 with another runner in scoring position with 1 out. Philbrick coming in and throwing some heat here to McNally. Now he changes it up, throws a kind of a little bit of a curveball. Change up, total change in speed there for sure, but McNally able to foul it back, staying alive a little bit longer here. Let's see if he can bring in this run. Amar sends it over foul. Goes all the way over to the Milford bullpen, way out in foul territory. I grew up with a Mark McNally. Makes me wonder if this might be any relation at all. Growing up in Pembroke as I did, I'm not sure, but McNally obviously pretty popular last name as well. Not like a Smith or Williams or anything like that, but still. McNally lets that ball go by. Now a 1-2 count. He knuckles one over there. See if they score the run. The runner will come home, but it's wild. And just like that, McNally heads up to second base as Amar able to score. And now it is an 8-0 lead. And only 1 out still. A questionable play call by Trice Cody. Take the easy out. I understand you're already down 7, but you need the outs as much as you do need to stop the scoring. So looks like an E4 will be the call on that. And McNally now in scoring position himself out at second base for the leadoff guy, Austin Chanel. Austin walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 1st, and came around to score the 6th run in the 2nd inning. See what Austin can do. Swing and a miss there. Three straight innings here for the West, scoring at least 2 runs. It's going to help your team win some ball game for sure after scoring 5 in the 1st. Foul ball there. Kind of a swing, tough swing for Austin as the ball was going to be a little outside. But you got to protect when you have 2 strikes on you, as Chanel does. way ahead of that one was Chanel, sending that basically over towards my car. Hopefully everything will be okay, as he really was expected that pitch to be inside and a fastball and was way ahead of it. Damian Philbrick out here pitching. Throws a little changeup. The throw over to first base, a bouncer, but nicely done there by Conforti. And even though West keeps getting some outs, they are still sacrificing runners over to the next position. So Austin Chanel thrown out on a 5-3. And that brings up the pitcher, Jacob Plamondon. And he grounds one over to Cody. Cody over to Conforti for the third out. 2 runs come around for the Blue Knights to increase their lead. It is actually now 9-0 here. And we'll be back for the top of the 4th as Milford has to talk things over and figure things out. Being down in the hole, this game could be over quick if they don't figure things out. We'll be right back with Manchester Public Television's coverage of high school baseball. Jacob Lamondon still takes the ball here as we go to the top of the 4th inning as the Blue Knights leading this game 9-0. We're live here from Gill Stadium for Manchester Public Television. My name is Kyle Heavey. Glad to be with you all on this Friday afternoon, the 7th of May, as Nolan and Jemmy, who went down by way of the K for the third out in the first, up to bat here, and he sends one over to Stewart. Stewart able to get up, and now it's going to be a fight to the bag, and Stewart able to dive over, slide into first base, knock it off, will get that first out. Well done there by Stewart. He really worked his body on that one, going down to make sure the ball did not get by him, and get up in time, run over to the bag, and get that out. So Chris Stewart, well done there to get that first out here in the top of the 4th. A 3 unassisted will be the call on that one. As now the new pitcher, Damian Philbrick, comes up. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, got all the way to third base, but was not able to score. And coming in to pitch in replacement of Trice Cody, and now a long fly ball out there, able to be caught, and just like that, 2 quick outs. I was not expecting that one to fly out of here so fast with the wind blowing that way, though, but a good job right there. Out in right field is Mike McNally, left field. So that will go as a 7 unassisted. And Sam Reed now up to bat. Sam went down by way of strikeout in the 2nd inning. Milford in some serious trouble. 2 outs already in the 4th. He pops one up. It's going to come back our way, though. And it will land on the rooftop high above the field here at Gill Stadium. Plamondon has to get a new ball now. We've had some balls come up, fly our way. And just like that, strike 3. A really fast inning. I would say it was about 6 pitches there from Jacob Plamondon. And now all West has to do is score 1 run, and we'll be out of this game quickly. And a heck of a day here from the Blue Knights. And we'll see. They've scored in every inning so far. See if they can continue this. And we'll be right back for the bottom of the 4th as we are watching baseball coverage here for Manchester Public Television. Stay tuned. Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning for the Blue Knights, leading the Spartans 9-0. Eddie Sazo Rojas up here. He's 2 for 2 on the day. His goal for the season is to hit a home run, and boy, would this be a great time to do it, to get that 10th run passed and really put the pressure on the Spartans when we go to the top of the 5th. But no pressure here, Eddie, as you are having a great day behind the plate catching, and also a great day in the batter's box batting. So see what he can do here on a couple singles and stolen bases for Eddie as well. Trying to go for a inside curveball, but just did not work. Philbrook coming in relief. This will be his second inning pitched for the Spartans. Now outside pitch here. Oh, he's hit by a pitch. Or was he? Maybe he looks like he got out of it. Kind of a tough angle. I know that pitch was behind him. I thought it might have grazed him a little bit, but Eddie says, no, thanks. I will take that ball and come up 2-0 count. Outside, 3 straight balls from Damian Philbrook. See if they let Eddie swing away if the pitch is a strike. They do. He does swing, but he is not able to get a hit here. And now a 3-1 count. And the pitch here from Philbrook. Outside corner. Count is full now. See what Eddie can do here. The wind is blowing from right to left, his area, as he grounds one. This could be a tough play. Eddie running down. The throw over is not able to be fielded cleanly, and Eddie will get over to second base on an E. I'm going to give it as an E3. I felt like Conforti could have had that, but either way, runner in scoring position with no outs as Eddie gets on base for the third time. And that brings us to Ethan May, who started the scoring. Excuse me, not the scoring, but well, he did start the scoring and by bringing in 2 runs in that first inning on an 0-2 count. And he brought in Eddie Rojas along with Jacob Plamondon. And we'll see what Ethan can do here. He grounded up to short last time at bat. An outside pitch for ball 1. Ethan's favorite food is chicken, whether it be grilled, fried, winged, boned. Great job by the catcher to stop that from going past him. Dive right there. Well done by Ben O'Connell. Checking his gear now. Straps seem to be loosened a little bit after that dive. 2-0 count now, though. A big swing and a miss there by number 14. Ethan also plays football and has been voted best hair on the team as he slices one over to first base, easily handled there by Conforti, making up for his error on Eddie Rojas. So now comes up with the white helmet. Don't really see too many on the West team with a white helmet, but doesn't matter as Jimmy Kavanaugh up to bat. Kavanaugh lined out to shortstop and scored in the first. His third time up to bat, like the rest of his team, a lot of the rest of his teammates so far. Jimmy playing out there in center field. Swing and a miss. Now he's down in the count, 0-2. Jimmy also plays football with Ethan. His goal is to bat 300, so it would be nice to see him get a hit here. High ball. Boy, that was a tight call. Umpire, we've seen him go all over today with that strike zone, but Kavanaugh crouches down, takes a second ball. 2-2 count now. And he saws our Rojas on second base, trying to get that 10th run around. See if we can get out of here early on this Friday evening. As he sends one screamer foul, though, way out there to right field. Still a 2-2 count. Jimmy is a well-rounded outfielder playing all three positions. And now, really the pressure on Damian Philbrick. A nubber that bounces his way over to the Milford dugout area. Nice job by the coach to be able to go over and get it. Still a 2-2 count. Number of foul balls in a row. Inside, it hits off his elbow. And Jimmy will travel his way over to first base. Runners on first and second with only one out. And that brings us to Israel Lopez. Izzy grounded out to shortstop his last time at bat and got a single, and scored a run in the first inning. So we'll see how he does here. Izzy plays both football and basketball, and his goal for the season is to be a state champ. And the way they're playing right now, this could be a possibility for sure, as he files one back over my head. Eddie, a little jealous of Ethan May getting best hair. He's wants to be known as the best curly hair on the Blue Knights team. So apparently Izzy really appreciates his hair as well, as he watches that go by. A 1-2 count now. Let's see what Izzy can do. Ball there. Getting some love from his third base coach, who's clapping his hands. A 2-2 count now. And wanting to get that 10th run around. He sends one foul again. Conforti tries to run over, but way too much foul ground here for him to be able to get that ball. Philbrick gets a new baseball, and we'll see what they do here. Philbrick ready, but both his catcher looking down and Izzy not in the batter's box slows up the game. He sends one out there to shortstop. Looking to make the play is the shortstop, Mr. Nolan Ngiri, and brings us up to Stewie with 2 outs, trying to get that 10th run around. Really put the pressure on the Spartans. Stewart has struck out in the first and walked and scored a run in the third, and see if he can get the bat on the ball this time. Outside pitch called strike. Strike 2 right there. Philbrick really starting to feel it in this inning. We've seen runs scored in the first, second, and third, but not here in the fourth. And the pitch, kind of a change-up type play that Stewart kind of was fooled on a little bit. Thankfully, it went for a ball. Now, another 2-2 count. Seems like Philbrick seems to shine this inning on 2-2 counts. Stewart goes down by way of the K. Philbrick able to stop the bleeding for a little bit longer for the Spartans, as they will go to the 5th inning with a deficit of 9 runs. Getting talked to. He's not supposed to have his batter's glove on there. Umpire says, you got to take it off next time you're pitching. To me, it doesn't make sense, but I'm not the officials. I'm just the commentator. But We'll be right back to see what Milford can do as we go to the top of the fifth. We'll be right back with Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage. Top of the fifth inning here at Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium as Jacob Plamondon still out here putting the Spartans to sleep, leading it 9-0. He's had a great day pitching here, allowing no runs so far, just a few hits, and we'll see what we can do. Has a couple hits. He's hit a couple Spartans so far in this game, but no big deal. He's gotten out of it unscathed so far. Last inning going 1-2-3 on 6 pitches, including a nice play by Stewart over at first base, a play right there by the a nice catch by the left fielder, and a strikeout of Sam Reed as Nick Conforti. This is only his second time up to bats here. Up in the count 0-2 is Conforti. And now we got a strike there. Plamondon figuring things out. Conforti grounded out to third base in the second inning, so obviously he has not been on the base paths just yet, and Plamondon hoping to continue his good work on the mound. Strike 2, now a 2-2 count. Pitch here. Called strike 3. Boy, did not seem to be pleased with that, was Conforti. And now we will have one out here in the top of the fifth inning. That's Holden Bertantini, who ground out to second base, up to bat now. Outside corner, gets him looking for strike 1. Holden, the designated hitter on the day, batting in place of Chris Bedard. Bedard making a bad error in the third inning. Looking bad on that. Nice change-up pitch there by Plamondon. And now down in the count is their designated hitter. And we'll see what we got here for the third pitch. It does not fall for it. Nice try there. Bertantini, number 13 for the Spartans. Lets the ball go by. And we'll see what we can do here. And a swing and another strikeout. Spartans going down by K. And great pitching here in the fifth inning by Plamondon. And now brings us to the number 9 batter, Colin Williams. Colin was hit by a pitch in the third inning and end up being out on a fielder's choice by the Trace Cody. So he's obviously hoping to not get hit again. Colin with an interesting stance, bends a lot in his knees. Looks like he's almost touching the plate with the way that his knees are. Takes a strike 1 blown by him. Plamondon really seems to be doing better as this game has gone on. And a strike 2. Gotta remember, ladies and gentlemen, he went down 2 straight balls on Conforti to start this inning, and ever since, it's been strike, strike, strike. Ooh, nice job trying to get the umpire to give him that call. Well done by Rojas trying to hold that pitch to look like a strike, but didn't fall for it. And there we go. 3 Ks in the inning for Jacob Plamondon. He punches his glove and is feeling it right now. And the Blue Knights, they just got to score 1 run, and this game will be officially over. We'll see what they can do here in this inning as Amar Duty, who hit a triple his last time up, is up to bat first. We'll be right back to see the bottom of the fifth in just a moment for Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage. And some changes for the Spartans as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Now pitching, he was formerly playing first base, but Nick Caforti, number 17, will be out there. Going over to replace him at first base is Landon Pierce, number 22. But we'll see what Amar Duty can do. He sent one out there to left field. It was not fielded cleanly there by Chris Bedard. And we'll see what they do. West looking to score one more run to finish this game off. A 10-run victory would be sweet. High pitch there. Conforti throwing a little changeup. Amar not really falling for it. Amar's goal for the season is to help the team, and this would be a great way to help the team to get this 10th run. A strike call there. Now 2-1. Amar is not too keen on music and is not too keen on his future plans. He left question marks as he is not sure his favorite band or artist or his future career plans just yet, but he'll figure things out. We'll see how he does here on the diamond at Gill Stadium. As he pops one up, should be easily handled by the catcher, who does not handle it cleanly. Conforti not pleased with that as he had a good read of the ball and a tough one from the catcher. O'Connell not able to get the outs, and now a full count to Amar, who was kind of fooled with that. He swung underneath the ball and popped that up. And let's see if he can get a clean, perfect swing here or he can take a ball 4. We'll see what he decides on. And a ball 4 will be, as Amar will go take his place at first with a leadoff walk for the Blue Knights. And that will bring us to number 4, Mike McNally. Mike was able to get on base in the third, wasn't able to come around and score as he's trying to bunt. Does not work. He didn't get a good connection with the bat on the ball to put it into fair territories. It went backwards instead. See what he does here. Oh, he gets a clean bunt here. Let's see what Conforti does. He sends it over to first, and a nice sacrifice bunt gets Duty up to second base. Manufacturing runs is what Wes is doing here, trying to get this last this last run to end this game. Nice work by Conforti, a 1-3 scoring play. And Duty has speed. We saw it on that triple. And takes us to the leadoff hitter, Austin Chanel. And we're going to get a pinch runner here as Amar going to come out. And then in pinch running will be Chris Fiorenza. Excuse me, that's the umpire. Fiorenza out there, the senior. And see what we can do here with Austin Chanel up to bat. Chanel sending it over to, he's going to be out on a tag. Fiorenza making a boneheaded play there. Why he was running, I am not sure. You could see that the ball was clearly going to the third baseman. And the third baseman right there doing a smart play to easily get the second out. And a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. Austin Chanel over at first base. Chanel had a huge lead. I was waiting for the pitcher to notice, but I didn't want to say anything. And now he's taken off. A clean swipe of second as Chanel now trying to manufacture this 10th run. Jacob Plamondon could help his own cause and get the complete game victory if he is able to get the RBI, just a single out to the outfield. He tried for that on that switch a little bit high, and now he is a 1-1 count. You got to wonder what the throw might have been from third to first that could have allowed Florienza. And now we have a hit out. Looks like it's over his head, and that will do it. That is how West will win it. A 10-0 victory in 5 allows this game to be over. And a nice job of hitting by Jacob Plamondon. And West will get their victory here. Second Friday in a row, getting the win on this home turf. And congratulations to West getting their 3rd victory of the year as Jacob Plamondon gets the complete game victory and gets the game-winning double on a tough fielding job by the left fielder. And that will do it here from Gill Stadium. For Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brandon McCormick, it's been a pleasure to be here for Manchester Public Television. My name is Kyle Heavey. We will be back on Monday for another West game as they face off against the Campbell Cougars. And immediately after that, we will also have Memorial facing off against the Concord Crimson Tide. I think I have it backwards. I think Concord and Memorial play first, and then it goes to West and Cougars. But either way, it's been a pleasure. I got to say, player of the game has to be Jacob Plamondon. Jacob had a great day with for 6 strikeouts over 5 innings and gets the complete game victory. But we'll be back with more coverage throughout the season here. It's been a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Have a good day.